If you have ever looked back at a situation and you ask yourself, how did I not see that? I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to explain something deeply human, rarely said aloud. Loneliness doesn't only hurt emotionally, it changes how the brain assesses danger. And once you understand that, shame no longer makes sense. Loneliness is not just being alone. It is the felt absence of being seen, being chosen, or being emotionally anchored. When that absence lasts too long, the brain doesn't stay neutral. It adapts, not to truth, but to survival. That's why people ignore red flags, not because they are careless. They ignore them because connection starts to feel like oxygen. We are often taught this lie that if someone had strong boundaries and self-respect, they will notice the warning signs. But boundaries require regulation, and loneliness erodes that regulation. So the real question is not, why didn't I notice? The real question is, what state was my nervous system when I needed to notice? Prolonged loneliness activates the brain's stress system, the same one linked to hunger and pain. Under long-term emotional deprivation, the brain becomes hyper-focused on chances of connection, and attention feels more rewarding. Threat detection doesn't disappear and reprioritize. The brain makes a quiet calculation. Connection first, then you watch out. That's not dysfunction, that's adaptation. Here is what loneliness subtly changes. Inconsistencies feel explainable. Disrespect feels accidental. Boundary violation feels temporary. Intuitions feel too negative. Doubts, that feels like self-sabotage. Why? Because noticing red flags threatens the possibility of relief. And a lonely brain protects possibility the way a drowning person protects hair. When someone shows interest during a season of loneliness, the brain doesn't just register a person. The brain begins to register hope, relief, identity, future, and belonging. That bundle that the brain registers become emotionally important. So when red flags appear, the brain reframes them as, maybe I'm overthinking. Everyone has flaws. I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose this connection. Not because you are lying to yourself, but because your nervous system is protecting access to connection. Here is the sentence that removes shame. You didn't ignore the red flag because you lacked self-respect. You ignored the red flags because loneliness narrowed your field of perception. Judgment needs space. Loneliness collapses the space. Once you see that, self-blame starts to loosen. People often ask later, why do I see everything clearly now? That's because safety has returned. Distance restores perspective. Regulation restores discernment. Time restores pattern recognition. Clarity didn't come because you suddenly woke up. It came because your nervous system finally had room to think. Healing doesn't mean becoming cold or hyper alert. It means addressing loneliness before demanding clarity from yourself. Discernment is not a personal trait, it's a state. And states can be supported. You are not bad at spotting red flags. You were surviving emotional isolation. And now that you understand how this works, you don't need to punish yourself to protect yourself. You need connection that doesn't cost you your clarity. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button, subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.